Hey guys, sorry that we missed you last month. Life is just amazing right now. God is doing some incredible things, and we've had the chance to celebrate some really fun milestones. So here's our update.
This month, we're excited to tell you about an amazing trip that we took. The first stop we had was in a village called Tambach, where we were able to provide some leadership development training and some discipleship training, some small group cell training at a teacher training college. And this was a group of teachers that will be sent out to education places throughout the country. And we were also very thrilled. We did our very first training for trainers in a place called Caricho, and we spent several days working with 6 individuals, not just on how to train or how to teach so much, but really how to grab the passion and the desire, how to be able to share the real heart of what it means to create disciples across the country, doing some discipleship techniques, and really being able to develop 6 trainers. We'll be continuing to mentor them and walk with them as they continue to work with churches in their denomination and throughout their region. But it was incredibly excited to see them get this first step and to already make plans for early next year where they begin to start developing this within their churches. They have a grand scope. They have about 400 churches in the region that they will begin developing this discipleship technique through Cell Church, and with a hope and a greater desire to see it begin developing in the 1,800 churches throughout Kenya and Eastern Africa. So the scope is large. We don't want to do it ourselves. But this first step of training up Kenyans to begin taking the message, taking the training, and developing it exponentially was incredibly exciting. To sum up what this experience was like, over this last quarter, we've had 17 different cell training sessions in 9 different venues with over 150 Kenyan delegates from over 30 churches. And rather than hearing me talk about a bunch of numbers, I would love for you to get to see a few testimonies from pastors, lay leaders, individuals that just stumbled into a training, and hear about why this has been so powerful to them.
And if somebody asked you, why are you excited about Cell, what would you say?
I'm excited because it brings a church into maturity and grows believers.
Doing this, I know the church will grow and grow and grow.
Helps people to come together, like it's a real relationship thing. And when we have the real relationship, that's how people can trust each other, and then we can have the making of disciples.
The churches sometimes can be so big, the programs are so tight, and might not get time to share. But in the cell, they can express themselves. Yeah. You can report that we have quite a number of people, around 15, around 15, who have come to give their lives to Jesus.
Through the cell.
Through the cell.
So cell group is where somebody can grow from one glory to the other.
In some churches, because of numbers, there may be no time to give 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 people to give a message or to testify. So the only window that is open for them is now the home church. Yeah, somebody could have a very burning testimony, wants to say something in church, but the programmer says one person only with a very burning testimony, and the others are locked out. The more we have the cell churches, the more testimonies we have, the more edified, the more we learn the word. And it becomes very easy for the pastor when he's preaching.
One testimony that I want to add on to the ones that you've already heard is that we were in a place called Kiongo, and we were providing some training at a church there, and the pastor addressed his people after we were done with 3 different evenings of training and leadership development and cell principles. And the pastor addressed his people and he said, you know, for the last 10 years, God has given us a vision to plant churches in the 6 surrounding villages. And for 10 years, we've known that disciples, raising up disciples, is the only way that we were going to be able to do this. And for 10 years, we've been searching for what does it mean and how do we create disciples that don't sit inside of a church, but they go out and they make a difference and they transform communities. And after 10 years of praying for this, we now have our way, we have our solution. We're going to do it through cell ministry. And it was incredibly exciting to see as a 10-year-long prayer was answered in our presence.
So September and October have been very exciting for us. Clinton went away for his first big training. It was 2 weeks that he was gone, and so I was holding down the fort with the girls, and it went really well. Had a great time with the girls and got to Skype with him in all these different locations, which was pretty crazy because sometimes he had to stand on top of a water tower in order to get reception so that we could connect with him. But in September, we celebrated Ellie's 6th birthday, and that was a ton of fun. She asked for a Frozen theme, which I didn't really have the heart to tell her that that would be really hard to pull off in Africa, especially because it's not frozen anytime here. But we did pull it off. We got really creative and printed a lot of stuff off and just made it the best day that we could, and I think that she had a great day and felt really loved. Shortly after Clinton returned from his training, we actually got a chance to celebrate our 9th anniversary, which was really special having that be the first one here in Kenya. And then we also were able to go away as a family just for a little while to kind of reconnect after him being gone so long.
We have a few areas that we would ask you to join us in prayer. Number one, we just finished our 9th anniversary and celebrated that, and we would really ask for our partners to join us in praying over our marriage, that we would continue to grow closer together, and together we would grow closer to God. But just that would be covered and protected. And also, as I head back out of town this upcoming week, would you just pray over our family, that they would be safe and secure, and over the time that Dad is gone, that they would continue to grow closer, and we'd get good time when I'm back.
For me, I've had some ongoing health issues for the past few months, and right now we're talking with a few different doctors and kind of figuring some things out. So I'd love prayer just over the next month that we would continue to walk down that path successfully. Also, we would love prayer for all of the ministry that God is opening up doors for. We're just seeing some incredible things happen, and God is moving very powerfully here, and we're trying not to feel overwhelmed, but we can see some incredible things right on the horizon. Kwaheri!